Hey, thank you, Mama. Morning, everyone. We are going to be starting here up soon. First off, we're going to be kind of chatting and stuff for a minute. Just because I want to go over new MMO that's been kind of put in the forefront in my mind, why I'm going to be supporting it, and hopefully get some of you guys into it as well. Also wanted to let people know that over by next Monday and everything, I should have the winner of the 200 follower giveaway chosen. And then I will get in contact with that person here very shortly in the next few days to find out exactly what gift card they want. And it'll end up being a $40 gift card of their choice. As long as it is something that I can do online easy. We'll give us just a couple more minutes and get everything going here. Wait for a little bit more people to kind of show up here. And morning, everyone. Hope everyone's been having a good day and a good week so far. Hey Lynn, how's it going? Here in just a couple minutes, I'm gonna start reacting to a new MMO video. Kind of give my take on it, why I'm gonna be supporting that MMO here coming up. Right now, it's just an alpha, but I think it's just kind of something right now that the genre needs at the moment, and it's why I'm just gonna be supporting it. What are we at right now? See if we can get a couple more people in here and stuff real quick. Hey guys, just waiting for just a couple more people to show up, then I will start up actually here in just a couple minutes. We'll be starting off reacting to an Ashes of Creation video, just because I'm really excited about this MMO. Wanted to share it with you guys, and kind of my opinion on it so far from the stuff we've gotten from its alpha and stuff so far. And then later on this week, not only in the next couple days will I have a full overhaul of my stream layout, but as well going to have the 200 follower giveaway done, and we'll be contacting the winner of that. I will post it on Twitter who the winner is, and I will try and get a hold of them the best I can. I'll give them like a week time limit to get a hold of me. If they don't get a hold of me by that time, I will then pick another, and we'll keep going until I get someone's answer back. It'll be a $40 gift card of their choice, because I didn't want to limit people and everything. I figured that was a nice, cool way to do it. Alright, we'll wait in just one more minute here, and then we'll go ahead and start this up. Okay, guys? Morning, everyone. Oh, also want to thank everyone, as since we've hit affiliate, our average viewer number has more than tripled. We're now sitting at an 11 viewer average. I want to thank everyone on that. Definitely that. I think sometime last week we peaked up at like 55 viewers, or like 50 viewers. One of the streams last week. I thank everyone for coming in on that. Really, thank you. I really do appreciate that. We've just kind of been leaps and bounds growing at the moment. We're still sitting at the 4 subs right now, which I really, really do appreciate, guys. And then been getting some odd bits here and there. Really do appreciate all the donations and stuff like that, guys. It just really helps me out here personally at home, and the stream in general, which is why I'm able to come up with doing the full layout change and stuff that will be happening later this week. I might have it ready by Friday. I am not for certain, because there's a lot of stuff that I'll have to change with that, and I'll have to test some stuff out, see how it looks, everything like that. So definitely by the week after that, we'll have everything all set. So let's go ahead and get this going and everything. I know people will start joining in soon after. But hello guys, how's everything going? We're gonna go ahead and start up this video here in just a second, so let me go ahead. Let's go ahead and turn that down. Now let's go ahead and get in this, guys, and we'll go ahead and react to this real quick. This is just gonna be like a quick, like 30-45 minutes of the start of the stream, and then we'll go straight into WoW. I have a lot of daily stuff to do on my priest and my rogue. Hey Casey, how's it going? We're gonna start off reacting to Ash's creation video, and kind of give you guys my impressions of it. I played some of the alpha. It's been amazing so far. This video that I'm gonna be going through is the Lazy Peons video of it, and he greatly explains like every aspect so far that's live on this game so far, and see what your guys' opinion on it. I'll give you guys my opinion on it, what I think its strengths and weaknesses are, and then overall why I'm gonna go ahead and support this game further. I'm definitely going to get into all the betas and stuff, and all of that I will be streaming. There's no NDA on that at all, so I can fully stream, talk about everything in the game, which is awesome. So we'll go ahead and get this started here, guys.
With the recent news of Amazon's New World being delayed until 2021 and many hungry MMO fans being disappointed by this news, I decided that today I want to talk about the upcoming MMORPG that
Now, full off about that. New World. I got to play that a little bit. Not as much as Ashes of Creation so far, but I have gotten to play this a little bit. I do feel their frustration with it being delayed. But, and a very big but here, I don't necessarily think that the delay is a really bad thing. We have all got to consider how this COVID-19 pandemic has affected everything. From affecting the next generation consoles coming out. They keep saying that hasn't been really affected. But just taking in consideration that most, if not all, of those electronics that they need, they're importing or they're getting made overseas. So it's gonna get affected. I'm glad that they're able to kind of push this production further, and they're keep reassuring both Sony and Xbox, no delays, we'll be ready, and and a lot of that has trickled over into the game industry and the gaming side and stuff. Being a programmer and stuff myself, I understand that. Going straight from, a lot of people can't work from home on their computer. My computer at home, the reason that I do not like doing online classes is the fact that when I sit down at my computer, it's game time. This is my way to relax in my own little world and stuff like that. This is not where I do my schoolwork. That's why I love going to school, doing my in-school stuff at school and stuff, doing homework at home. But once I sit down at my computer desk and in my studio station here, that's it. It's game time. It's on. I don't want to think about work or anything like that. I want to game. So I understand that, and I understand how that has affected everything from production side of gaming to the programming side of gaming and everything. So I don't think that the delay is a very bad thing, but it's going to turn some people off a little bit, the delay. So we'll see exactly how they recover
to be the
from
most
that.
promising, Ashes of Creation. Before we jump into it though, this video has no sponsor and took me a crazy amount of time to make, both with research, fact checking and editing. So if you'd like to support my work for free, this game has an affiliate program that everyone who makes an account has access to. My link to this can be found in the description below, and all signups to Ashes of Creation before September receive a small in-game statue for your house to commemorate our struggles through COVID-19. So for those of you that have never heard of the game before, what is Ashes of Creation? Ashes of Creation is a Western-made sandpark MMORPG that's focused on a strong mix of both PvP and PvE content. This game was initially kickstarted 3 years ago, but was already fully funded to completion via private investment from the game's creative director, Stephen Sharif. Unlike many of the Eastern MMOs that have had Western releases over the past few years, Ashes of Creation has consistently said from day one that there will be no pay to win in this game. Due to this, the game will operate with a no box cost subscription fee business model with a cosmetic.
Now, what I think about this, though, this is, and I really don't like that. So you guys can actually see this and everything. We're gonna bring this up here so those guys can actually see stuff and everything here. So it's already fully funded, fully $30 million funded MMO right now, privately by the creator. This guy has been involved in a lot of projects. He's very, very much a MMORPG fanatic. I believe in a lot of the interviews I've heard with him, he didn't get into WoW, and the reason is that is the same time WoW was big and starting up, he was playing Lineage 2 and stuff, which is something I could completely respect. Lineage 2 is a great MMORPG. What I think about the sub fee, but the game's free. And they keep stressing there's no pay to win. The cash shop that they are doing is cosmetic only, and that's it. The only issue I have with that is I hope that not all cosmetic stuff is stuff you have to buy. I hope there's some cosmetic stuff that you have to earn in game, which right now there is. Especially when it comes to like mounts and stuff like that. That's all earned in game. As long as they have some cool stuff cosmetic wise that I can earn in game, I don't mind like throwing a couple bucks here and there in their cash shop and stuff on top of my sub fee to be like, hey, I want that sword or that staff or that bow look. I want those skill looks if they do it that way, or I want that armor set. That's going to be pretty fine in my book. I'm also okay with the sub fee because I play WoW. I believe an MMO like this, especially with the no... I hear you, man. No worries, man. I get it. I believe the sub fee is needed. Just for the continuation of the game, all the continued expansions and stuff that they have planned for the game and stuff like that. I think that is needed, and the sub fee doesn't bother me. I love the fact that it's no bots cost. That's amazing to me. It seems very consumer friendly to me so far. I haven't, at the beginning of this, when this was first announced, I was very, very skeptical, like extremely skeptical. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone to have gotten into it. Now that I've gotten and played it, and there's been so much good PR on it, and they have kind of gotten my trust on that now. I have no problem recommending this game to everyone.
The thing that
I
makes
know.
Ashes of Creation the MMORPG that I'm personally the most excited for is the sheer scope of the project. This game seems to be combining all the best aspects from all the top MMOs over the past 10 years and combining it into one game, with all of that being tied together by the game's most unique feature, its node system. Throughout the world in Ashes of Creation, there's points of interest on the map called nodes. These nodes are basically areas that can progress to different stages of civilizational development as players kill monsters, quest, gather, and adventure within that node's area of influence. Starting out day one when the game first launches, the world will be pretty empty, but let's say you and a group of friends all decide to kill mobs and gather in a certain area. Over time you'll be contributing XP to that area's node, and an expedition will appear with quests. As more players are drawn to that area, it will level up into an encampment with more quests, more NPCs, and more opportunity. After that, the node levels up into a village, town, city, and finally a giant sprawling metropolis with more opportunity, world events, and quests appearing at each stage of development. Now that's a very simplified explanation of the Ashes of Creation node system, but on top of that there's also a lot of variables within this system. For example, at launch there will be 103 different possible node locations, and the location of that node dictates the quests and world events triggered upon development. At this point you're probably thinking thinking, well, what happens when every node reaches its final stage? Wouldn't that become boring? Well, due to how the system's designed, this isn't possible. In leveling up one node, you lock out the possibility for adjacent nodes to grow to the same size. To change this and de-level a node so that adjacent nodes can progress, players will need to participate in a PvP node siege to destroy a city, for example, so the town node near to it has room to grow and different content can then be unlocked.
So far, the node system, especially in the alpha right now, has been one of the best aspects of like open world advancement and the most like world-based immersion that I've seen in a game so far. It puts together like Guild Wars 2 world quest system and like the BDO node system for the economy and stuff like together, and makes it into like how the world around you develops and everything. So when the server starts, like at launch, there's no towns. You have to go to a node and start leveling up in that like node 1 like camp, whatever it is, and then from whatever node levels up first, then it starts going up into town and stuff like that. Because of that, and because all nodes can be different, there's only 4 starting spawn points. There's no like race specific spawn points. You can spawn whether you're elf, dwarf, human, fucking whatever in any of the 4 spawn points. You can. I'm just getting excited about this because I love this system. The way that they do this system, every server can and will be different. There is no like continuity, same thing in any of the servers. All of these, the node system and stuff, and how these towns and stuff are managed, all servers will be different.
The way this system is designed intends for long-term player-driven replayability, where each server will have a different history of development and unlocked content.
Yeah.
No 2 servers will be the same.
Nope.
An MMORPG with a true ever-changing world. When it comes to node aesthetics, there will also be a lot of diversity here too, as the node will take on the architectural appearance of the race that contributed the most XP to it.
This right here is attention to fucking detail here. The fact that on top of all of this, if you're human and you have a group of humans that you like have a whole guild that moves over to this game, or like, we're being humans, we're going here. This is now like, if you guys dedicate yourself that and are on almost like every day contribute to that node, things are that most likely that's now like the human fucking starting zone over there. Or now there's like multiple guilds of humans in 2 or 3 of the starting zones, and now those like starting zones, like the first town you see is going to be a human zone or something like that. But there's going to be fights in there because you'll have groups of orcs, elves, dwarves fighting and wanting like, okay, the next level of this, I want it to be like dwarven or elvish. It's kind of it's a nice little like, hey, the humans in this area did the most quests and we're putting the most work here. And if you're a human, you're like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, that was me. Yeah. And the thing that I think that most MMOs are missing is this feel of accomplishment in your character and what you're doing, other than, hey, I leveled, hey, I RNG rolled this gear, yay. This is immersion into your character, into your race, and feeling that you accomplish something more than that, which I appreciated in this game.
Development. So
Like
let's
above
say
and
a guild of
beyond
orcs
appreciate.
went to an area and contributed the most XP to a node, building it up to a town. You've then got a town with an orcish aesthetic. Maybe a guild of dwarves wanted to explore a node in the mountains. They could eventually have their own dwarven city in the mountains. The aesthetic of the node changes at every level of development based on the race that contributes the most XP to the node. On top of all this, each node in the world will be assigned one of 4 possible node types, with each having unique benefits. You've got divine, economic, militaristic, and scientific node types. Advancing a scientific node over an economic node, for example, will give different building options for players to manage in the node, such as libraries, colleges, and artisan buildings, whereas if they leveled up an economic node, they could build markets, stock exchanges, and trade-focused buildings. Each node upon hitting the village stage of development will have a 1-week cooldown before node elections begin. In this, players can try to become the mayor of the node. As a mayor, you get to allocate resources, set the tax rate, and initiate quests to advance the node, as well as choose building projects contained within that node.
This is world building to like the nth degree with your character. The fact that they've added this in and now you have actual social structure in your game that is player driven is amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Ashes Creation. We as human beings are social creatures. I hate that MMOs... Okay, let me take a step back on that. I really dislike a lot of the MMO philosophies now, where there's hardly like any more social interaction between random players. I don't feel part of a community that way. But with the social structures that are putting in this game, it's going to turn some people away. Definitely is. Not going to say it's not gonna. But this kind of social structure here, if you commit to it, it's going to make you feel more than I'm just a player in a game. That's what it will do.
The way the mayoral election system is designed is different for each node type. For scientific nodes, it's a popularity contest where you vote another player in. For economic nodes, it goes to the highest bidder. For divine nodes, the player with the most node-related service quests completed will become the mayor, and militaristic node mayors will be decided via a last man standing battle royale type minigame where players interface through a champion rather than their own character. Obviously, bad mayors will be a thing that exists in this game, so every month the election process will happen again so that other players have the chance to challenge for mayor. Other than its node system, Ashes of Creation is also aiming to have a diverse range of content to appeal to pretty much every type of MMORPG player. Let's start with some of the PvP content that will be present in this game. PvP content in Ashes consists of open world flagging, caravan PvP, duels, battlegrounds, castle sieges, node sieges, arenas, and guild wars. But before all of you PvE players get scared off at the thought of open world PvP, you'll be happy to know that this game has anti-grief mechanics in the form of its corruption system. When it comes to corruption, players have 3 states: green, non-combatant; purple, combatant; red, corrupted. I've displayed an image on screen that shows how this system works, but from the point of view of a non-combatant PvE player minding their own business, if another player comes up to you and kills you, they will become corrupted and receive ever-growing penalties the more innocent players they decide to kill. Eventually, corrupted players can drop their items which can be looted by other players, they'll also lose more experience upon death, and also feel dampening in PvP so they become weaker. Corruption gained is also greater based on the level disparity, so a high level randomly killing a new low level player really isn't worth it. Additionally, the game will have a bounty system where players with high corruption score will appear on the map for bounty hunters to track down and kill for rewards, and NPC guards will also attack corrupted players on site, limiting their access to services within nodes.
Now, I paused it like right there. Taking your PvP aspect and not making a separate part of the game, but world building it into your open world game is amazing. Love that. Thank you. WoW tries to do that and falls on their face every time. BDO did that successfully. This is definitely like BDO style PvP, which I appreciate and love how they've gone into everything. Open world PvP. They'll be talking about this caravan system here, the arenas, the battlegrounds, the sieges. Completely love all of that aspect with the PvP. And I'm a PvE player. I usually don't do PvP at all. This has me excited to actually do PvP in the game.
Caravan PvP system in Ashes is designed to bring risk vs reward gameplay. Due to storage being localized to each node and different areas of the map having easier or harder access to certain resources, players will need to transport goods between nodes via caravans. When a caravan is spawned, it will create a moving open world PvP zone. When players approach the caravan, they'll be given 3 options: attack, defend, or ignore. Caravans can transport goods from more than one player at a time, and I can imagine this system alone will bring about the existence of mercenary guilds who attack caravans or defend them when paid by other players. Castle Sieges will be a monthly event in which guilds can fight in a 250 vs 250 battle to take control of one of the 5 castles in the world. Node Sieges are different to Castle Sieges and are the catalyst for change in the world.
Now, what I want to talk about on the massive battles on here, and people wondering like, how can you do that many people? They have an algorithm for this. They have brought devs over from PlanetSide 2. PlanetSide 2, if you know, has like 1,000-person battles server-wide on one map, and they do it flawlessly on there. So before you're like, how are they going to do this? There's no way that they can. Why would you even get into this game and stuff because of all that lag? They know that that concern, and that was one of the top things that they tackled already, and it's been
Sieges can last up
in
to
the
2
alpha.
hours. If a node is successfully defended, it can't be attacked for a certain period of time in relation to the level of that node. A village, for example, can't be attacked for another 20 days, whilst a metropolis cannot be attacked for 50 days if successfully defended. Additionally, once a node siege is declared...
Once I also like this, the fact that sieges can only happen like it's going to be a very like, it'll be almost like a monthly thing, but it's a very rare like daily thing that will happen. And the fact that it's not like it's declared like right then, right there that day. As you can see, there's a period of time before the siege will actually commence. So there's announcements on it like, hey, this is happening here. And then you can plan for that. You actually have multiple days to plan for that. Like, okay, I really want to be part of the siege. Here's when I can be on. Here's where I can contribute. It builds it up to be a bigger event that people want to be a part of.
There's a period of time where many services in the node are shut down in preparation for war. For a village siege, there's 2 days notice, and for Metropolis, there's 5 days notice. These node sieges can only be declared within a certain period of the server's prime time to give everyone a chance to attend. If a node siege is successful, the node is reset to 0, and players with resources stored in that node will lose some of those resources, and real space player housing will also be destroyed.
This, because real space player housing also being destroyed in this gives purpose to defending the node. You like where you live and you don't want to lose your stuff, defend your node. You really want it, start getting more people together to defend the node. I love having like consequences for this in both sides, which they will get into and stuff.
Destroyed. Guild Wars are another separate PvP system in Ashes of Creation which basically allows guilds to declare war on each other and receive certain objectives to meet a victory condition. This system isn't fully fleshed out as of making this video, but it seems like a more in-depth version of what Black Desert Online currently has, with objective-based components mixed into it too. Guilds can be at war against multiple other guilds at the same time, and Guild Wars operate outside of the game's corruption PvP flagging system. I think duels, battlegrounds and arenas are fairly self-explanatory features that Ashes of Creation will have that we all like to see in MMOs, but overall when it comes to the PvP content this game will have, it sounds like everything I've ever wanted in an MMO, from the risk versus reward of the caravan system, to node sieges being the catalyst for change in the world, to the prestige of your guild owning one of the 5 castles on the server. It seems like this game has PvP content for everyone from casual to hardcore and everything in between. PvE content will play a massive role in Ashes of Creation and features content in the form of quests, open world dungeons, instanced dungeons, open world raids, instanced raids, world bosses and monster coin events, as well as all the activities related to the growth of nodes. PvE dungeon and raid content in Ashes will be designed for group sizes of 8, 16 and 40 players. This game will feature a mix of both open world dungeons and raids, as well as instanced dungeons and raids, with 80% of them being open world and 20% of them being instanced. There will be no group finder in this game, so you'll need to join guilds and find party members via social interaction if you want to partake in a lot of PvE content.
Okay, let's go through that. I love how they're doing the PvE content. I love open world PvP, especially open world PvP, dungeons, raids, and stuff like that. It brings a whole new level of liveliness to it. They're still doing instant stuff. As you saw, the ratio was 80% open world, 20% instanced. This is going to turn people... The net scene's going to turn people away, which is the no group finder. And that's just because some people are just unsocial. They don't want to have to talk to random people to get groups formed and stuff. But this is that community building aspect that MMOs nix for everyone, for reason to get more people into the game. I'm glad that they're taking this risk. I think it's a good thing to take. It might turn some people away, but it's going to greatly increase the bond of community members. That is literally the difference between classic World of Warcraft and retail. And the fact that you have a lot of the Warcraft devs now saying that looking for group, looking for raid was a mistake to put in the game really speaks out to that they know that they screwed up their community by doing that.
The way open world dungeons and raids will work is that they increase in difficulty the deeper you venture inside. At the entrance you might be fighting weaker, lower level mobs with fewer mechanics, but as you get deeper into the dungeon you'll fight tougher enemies with more mechanics and better loot. Additionally, something you need to bear in mind is that all of the PvE content that's available in Ashes depends on the location of the nodes that the community decides to develop. One server may have access to completely different raids and dungeons to another server, purely because their nodes developed differently in different locations. So unlike other MMORPGs, the endgame PvE content really isn't a linear progression. It can't be a linear progression because different raids and dungeons will be locked or unlocked depending on where nodes are developed and what stage they're at. So in a way, it could also be in a PvE player's best interest to participate in a PvP node siege to reset.
Because they add the node system into this as well, that puts more stress on nodes and sieges and stuff and gets more people interested in that. If you want a PvP in this game, you have to be interested in what nodes are available, which means what raids and dungeons are available, and what nodes you want to defend and what nodes that you really want to destroy. So I love that they're meshing and webbing together all of these systems together. It's just a very interesting world building aspect to that I completely enjoy.
The node that unlocks a certain raid, so that another node can then be developed which unlocks a different raid. A fun, unique piece of PvE content that I think a lot of people will enjoy in Ashes is its monster coin system. This is an event that either spawns randomly or following the advancement of a node, in which a horde of NPC monsters will spawn and attack the node. During this time, players can use an item called a monster coin, which they can receive as a rare drop in game, to turn into a monster and assist the NPCs in attacking the node against other players. During a monster coin event, the node can't be destroyed, but buildings, services and NPCs can be disabled for a period of time. Quests in Ashes of Creation are divided up into 3 categories: events, tasks, and narrative quests. Events are things that happen in Ashes as a result of the development of the world. Successfully completing an event will have positive consequences such as buffs, and failing events will have negative consequences such as natural disasters or node services being unavailable for a period of time. Tasks are quests without excessive amounts of text and story around them, such as collect X resources to help build a blacksmith for the node. And narrative quests are more traditional story quests that can be personal to your class, race, or the region of the world you're in, with some of these story arcs being locked behind further development of the nodes. If I was a role player, Ashes of Creation is without a doubt the MMORPG I'd be looking forward to the most. This game's being designed with so many great RP features to really add that extra level of immersion. First, let's talk about the extensive player housing system. This game will have 3 types of player housing: instanced apartments, real space open world freeholds, and static housing within nodes. Each of these 3 types of player housing become available once a node reaches village stage or higher. Instanced apartments will become available in a node if a mayor decides to construct apartment buildings within an empty plot. These will work similar to the housing system in BDO, where you approach an apartment door and you've got a list of options for whose apartment you want to visit. Static housing within nodes are real space player housing that players can buy that will be visible to everyone. You'll be able to decorate the front of your house with yard ornaments, seamlessly enter and exit, and see your house grow from a small cottage to a mansion as the node levels up. Freeholds are large real space player housing plots that can be situated.
So, the closest thing that I can remember of the second style of player housing, like the actual houses, not the apartments, is like Fable. If you remember, like the old Fable games on Xbox and how that house system was like that, this is how they're doing the house system on there. That's not the apartments. The apartments is very much like Black Desert Online, but the in-player housing that's in villages, think of Fable.
Within the zone of influence of a node, but not actually inside the node. Think of static housing as buying a townhouse that grows in size over time with the node, but freeholds as owning a set size plot of land in the countryside. Freeholds are roughly half an acre in size, and due to limited space in the world, players can only own one of these per account, whereas apartments and in-node housing are limited to 1 per server. There's many buildings you'll be able to place on your freehold, such as a blacksmith, stables, and other stuff related to crafting, role-playing, and other life skill-related content players might want to partake in. Each of these 3 forms of player housing will allow players to decorate them with furniture.
Now, I have been told as well that there's not only going to be private freeholds for characters, but there will also be guild freeholds as well for your guilds.
Some of which is functional, others just cosmetic, and when a node's destroyed, players will lose their housing. However, a template will be mailed to them so they can quickly load the layout of their housing hassle-free when they eventually find a new home. As with every good roleplay MMO, Ashes of Creation will feature a wide range of races. Currently, the game is planning on 9 playable races for launch, each of which have different cultures, which will be reflected in the appearance of nodes that they contribute to the most. You've got 2 different variations of humans, dwarves, elves, orcs, and a race called the Tulnar, which live underground. Different races will have different racial abilities, and each race will have different base stats. However, there will be no gender lock for any of the races, and every race can play as every class. Other nice RP features the game will have include an extensive emote system with interactable furniture, the ability to lean against scenery, sit on benches and dance with other players. You'll be able to play parlor games with other players inside of taverns, some being dice games, others involving cards. You'll be able to join different types of social organizations in the game, such as the Scholars Academy, Thieves Guild or Traders Company. And there'll also be a marriage mechanic in the game
Like,
that may
Casey,
unlock special quests and further function.
The fact that I've been in this alpha so far, I recommend this to anyone, fan of MMOs or not. This game's like immersiveness into this game makes it a playable game for, I think, anyone.
With player housing. Overall, from a roleplay perspective, it seems as though there's going to be more than enough choices and customization in Ashes of Creation that each player's journey in this game will be completely unique, and it will also have all the immersive social elements that can help bring people together in an MMO. Professions and life skills in Ashes of Creation are referred to as artisan classes. These are split into 3 different trees: gathering, processing, and crafting. Gathering professions consist of fishing, herbalism, lumberjacking, mining, and animal taming. Processing professions basically refine raw material via the use of certain freehold buildings, such as forges to process ore into bars, lumberyards processing logs to planks, and so on. Crafting professions consist of alchemy, armor smithing, blacksmithing, carpentry, cooking, jewel crafting, scribing, shipbuilding, siege weapon building, and weaponsmithing. In this game, each character will only be able to truly master one profession. You'll be unable to master multiple. You'll still be able to progress with multiple professions, but not to the extent of mastery. This is to create the need for community interaction and create a sense of identity. Crafting in Ashes of Creation is also being designed so that it won't become irrelevant like in other MMOs. Crafted gear will be on par with the highest tier drops from raid bosses, and due to being limited to mastery of only one artisan class, guilds will have to organize multiple people to meet their crafting and gathering needs to initiate sieges, complete projects, and contribute to the node. Personally, the profession I'm most excited for is animal husbandry, as you'll be able to breed different animals together to create some really weird and wonderful mounts. The class system in Ashes of Creation is quite interesting and leads to a lot of variety. First, you'll start out by picking a primary class archetype between Bard, Cleric, Fighter, Mage, Ranger, Rogue, Summoner, and Tank. Eventually, as you progress with your primary class, you'll get to choose a secondary class out of the same 8 options I previously mentioned. So choosing to be a Mage, then Fighter for example, would give you the overall class of Battle Mage. With this system, there's a possibility of 64 different class combinations which are displayed on screen now. Ashes of Creation will be designed around the Trinity system of Tank, Healer, and DPS. You will not be able to change your class's primary role, however with some effort you will be able to change your secondary role. Weapons and armor will not be class locked, but some classes will obviously be more efficient with certain types of armor and weapons. And when it comes to the game's combat system, it will use a tab target action combat hybrid system. The way this system will work is that each class will have 2 categories of skills: tab target skills and action combat style skills. Players can choose to have up to 75% of either tab targeting abilities or 75% action combat abilities, but not 100% either way. Personally, the way I'd imagine this system will play out will be something close to Guild Wars 2 or Arcade. However, the action combat side of this combat system is still in development as of making this video, so it's hard to say how the complete system will actually.
With this as well, from what I've played in the beta so far, it still has not been completed as of yet. So I'm interested to see how the open combat and the tab target work together. stuff like that. So when the next time we can actually play this game actually comes around, I'll let you guys know if they've made any progress on that or not. But I'm very open. I love I love the free form combat of like BDO, Guild Wars 2. The fact being able to see, okay, this boss is attacking this, I can dodge out of the way and actually completely dodge out of the attack is very immersive combat that I love. But as I play WoW, I can also stand tab targeting combat as well.
Feel. When starting out in Ashes of Creation, you'll first make your character, choose your primary class, then you'll be given the choice to spawn at one of 4 divine gateways in the world. Each race does have their own starter zone and starter quests, but they won't be super mandatory to do, more of a recommendation. There's nothing stopping you as an elf spawning in the dwarven starting area to level with your friend. The world size in Ashes is planned to be truly massive, approximately 480 square kilometers in size, including both water and land content, as well as a diverse range of biomes ranging from deserts, swamps, plains, forests, snowy mountains, tropical islands, and everything in between. This game will be fully open world and also features underground zones known as the Underrealm. Ashes of Creation will feature an in-game viewable world map, however starting out much of it will be covered in a fog of war until areas have been explored and uncovered. Additionally, there will be some zones in the world that will experience all 4 seasons, which will bring about their own events, buffs, debuffs, and farming challenges. Seasons will rotate once each week, with a full 4-season rotation passing by every 4 weeks. When it comes to the leveling, the max level will be 50, and it will take roughly 45 days of playing 4 to 6 hours per day for the average player to level from 1 to 50. So definitely more on the hardcore side of things in that regard. Unlike a lot of modern MMOs, flying mounts will be extremely rare in Ashes of Creation. That's achievable only for guild leaders that own one of the game's 5 castles, the mayor of Metropolis nodes, and through legendary limited time dragon eggs that players might obtain from a world boss.
So, first, what's up, Captain? Right now we're going through, I played a little bit of the alpha of Ashes of Creation, so I was kind of sharing a video that explains what that game is about very detailedly with everyone, giving my take on it, my opinions on it, what I like, why I think it's a good game, why I'm recommending it to everyone. So that's kind of what's going on right now first, and then as soon as this video is over and I'm done explaining all that, then we'll go jump right into WoW. What I like how they've done the flying mounts in this game so far is they've made it it's achievable by anyone. Anyone can achieve it, but you gotta put in the work. You gotta put in the work, and it's just this big goal that if you want this flying mount, you have to be one of these like 10 to 20 people on the server that puts in this amount of effort and work. That might push people away as well. A lot of casual people will probably be pushed away by that. They'll be like, why can't I ever have a flying mount and stuff? Well, you can if you're ever mayor of a node, ever. And then that node, can get leveled up to the Metropolis level, I think is the last level a node can. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. But I like that they've made the flying mounts like super rare. I think that's kind of a mistake other games have made, that that level of exploration. War hat for mayor, yeah. That level of exploration for how big the world is and being able to fly being such a big thing. No worries, Roy. Thanks for coming in and everything, and thanks for hosting. Doing just fine, Roy. And again, and thanks for the host, Roy. Really do appreciate that. I do love the look of all the flying mounts so far. They've been very, very interesting. And I can understand people's frustration with only fly mounts being to very certain rare people. I do completely get that, but I get where they're coming from, and I agree with them more on how rare this should be and how prestigious this mount is. And with it being that rare and that prestigious, people are going to fight for it, and that just creates community. Man, this is all of this stuff, everything that they've added in here so far has all been about what can we do to get this community, like make this community driven, community involved, which I appreciate. I think that's one thing a lot of MMOs are missing, enough so that
it's unlikely there will ever be more than 10 players per server with temporary access to flying, and when you consider that each server will have a population of between 8 to 10,000 players, seeing them will be really epic. It's also worth mentioning that fast travel will be extremely limited in this game, as the developers want distance to matter. The only form of fast travel that will be possible is if a scientific node reaches the Metropolis stage. At this point, players can construct a building that offers fast travel only to nodes within the Metropolis's zone of influence. But that's pretty much it for my basic explanation of what Ashes of Creation is without going super in depth on stuff. Next I want to talk about why I believe this is the most exciting upcoming MMORPG, and why this game isn't just a pipe dream, rather something many people including myself will be testing with no NDA before the end of this year. First of all, it goes without saying after everything I've just explained about the game, it will be the most ambitious fantasy MMORPG ever attempted. The game will truly have something for everyone. It's not just a PvP MMO or a PvE MMO, it's a genuine PvX MMO that has pretty much everything. Usually when a new MMORPG is announced and they talk about their plans when it comes to game design, it's always vague. There's a ton of question marks on many core systems, and it doesn't take long before players can look at the ideas of the developers and straight up say, this is a bad idea, this won't work. New World has been a perfect example of this since the first time I tried the game in 2018 to recently when it announced its delay. When it comes to the game design of Ashes of Creation, it seems to me that almost every aspect of the game has been clearly thought out, and thanks to years of Q&As between the community and developers, we have a clear blueprint for how this game will actually play out if you care to read it on the Ashes of Creation wiki. When it comes to the core game design systems, there's nothing I'm overly concerned about. Everything seems to make sense and follow a strong design principle of risk versus reward. For me, the only real question mark I have about the game is how fun will the combat be? What does their 75% action tab hybrid combat system actually play like?
And that is the one thing right now that's going to make and break it. If the combat's horrible, it's just going to bring this game down. So that's what I'm kind of, one of the main things I'm waiting for on this. And when I go through the next alpha, or if they go straight into beta phase, what I want to see improvements on and what I want to experience is their actual version of what their combat's supposed to be. Instead of right now, it's literally just tab targeting at the moment. And that's just in the alpha so far. I agree that literally all the game design decisions in here has been like risk first reward type situation. And I'm kind of really interested in that style right now. I'm kind of really tired on how casually MMOs have been for the past few years. And I want something a little harder, a little gives me a reason to do stuff in the MMO. The main thing I play WoW right now is just to play with my guild. It's got nothing to do with the character, community, or stuff that I want to do in the game or anything like that. But this, with Ashes of Creation, the way that they're designing this game, the game itself is making me want to play it. Which I do appreciate. Yeah, Captain. Literally, as long as the combat itself is not boring, is really engaging, this game will do amazingly well.
I think if they can nail that and just follow the blueprint for this game until completion, it will be a guaranteed success. Ashes of Creation is primarily a privately funded MMORPG made by an MMO fan frustrated by the direction of the genre, who was extremely successful in business earlier in life. Since I first covered this project in 2017, we've seen the studio he created expand to over 100 developers, attracting people from Blizzard, Sony Online Entertainment, Daybreak Games, and more. This year especially, we've seen production for Ashes of Creation ramp up significantly, and in recent live streams we've seen gameplay sessions of many core systems working, such as the mayoral system, early hybrid combat, real-time node development, open world dungeons, a 40-man raid, the caravan PvP system, basic professions, and the purchasing of in-node player housing. What's more impressive is the creative director's commitment to transparency, despite the project still likely being a solid 2 years from completion. Sometime this fall, we've been told that people who have access to the game's Alpha 1 test will be able to stream and make content about the game with no NDA, and when you consider that Amazon's New World still has a strict NDA, despite previously being 2 months out from its supposed release, to me shows a lot of confidence in a product. Now, all of that's not to say that Ashes of Creation hasn't had its problems or drama surrounding its development, because it certainly has.
Yes,
Releasing Ashes of Creation Apocalypse, the Battle Royale testing environment on Steam, caused nothing but confusion to the people that were casually following the project, and in the past the community went long periods of time without seeing any tangible gameplay due to an issue where large portions of Foundation code had to be rewritten, essentially delaying the game by 1 year. But in 2020 we've really started to see Ashes of Creation come together. Almost every monthly live stream we've been shown new gameplay, we've already had players get into the early Alpha 1 client and talk about their experiences thanks to no verbal NDA, and community perception of the project as a whole has shifted from extremely skeptical to cautiously optimistic. Whilst there's still a long road ahead for Ashes of Creation, I have to say that in the 5+ years I've been a full-time MMORPG YouTuber, this is the only upcoming MMO that I've been able to look at and say to myself, if this game releases, it has a real chance of being the next truly successful MMORPG. Thanks for watching.
Completely agree with that. That's the one thing that I...
Dab, first one on the recommended.
But that's probably one of the main things that I completely agree with that. Is the fact that if they keep on what they're doing, which they've been at least over the past few months, extremely transparent with everything, have eased everyone's tensions throughout this whole process now, have numbers down, know exactly what they're doing, and they have a timeline now of alpha beta release for the next 2 years. I have gone from I can't recommend it to yes I can, and in just a less than half a year time with this. They have done that much work on it, and they've been that consumer friendly with it and everything so far. So once I get back into alpha and everything, I will let you guys know. Once beta starts, I will let you guys know. and I'll get started on those streams and stuff like that soon. Do want to thank everyone coming in at the moment. We're going to start back up music and everything with this and get started back up in WoW. I have a few dungeons to do, some stuff to do on the priest, and then I have dailies and stuff to get done on the rogue and everything. But thank you everyone for coming in and everything. Captain, thank you for coming in. Todd, thank you for the bits and everything during that. I just wanted to go ahead and get that video done and get that kind of review of that and in my own words with that video, how I thought the game was and everything. So give me just a second here. Alright, get started back up on this. Hey mama, how's it going? I am doing awesome. I'll try to kill it a little bit. It's been awesome. Since I hit affiliate, I've jumped up from the 3 average viewers to now I think I'm at 10 or 11 average views at the moment. So we've more than tripled at the moment, almost quadrupled our average viewer count. Hey, it's Casey. I'm gonna start doing a lot more MMO stuff on here as well, because a lot of stuff, especially with the Amazon MMO New World, with Ashes of Creation, like we saw, and I've been playing a lot of WoW and stuff lately, and that's been getting me a lot of views and stuff on that, especially when I start getting into my opinions on it and stuff like that, and able to do like opinion pieces and stuff like that. People seem to really take into that and really like that content. Thank you mama for the bits. Devil Dog doing just fine, man. Doing good.
What needs done? Good job.
Your legend grows. By the light, first strike belongs to us.
Oh, Starlight. Hey Micah, doing good, man. Thank you guys for coming in. Let's see, you guys kind of jumped in right after I had gotten done with going through the Ashes of Creation video and stuff and giving my opinion on that. Thank you for the bits, Casey. I will probably post that on YouTube and stuff. I'll probably do maybe a little bit of editing and stuff on there. Probably not much. Just kind of giving my reaction to that, my opinions on it and stuff like that. Because I'm really, really excited about that game. Really liking how that game's coming out so far. It really just being an alpha and being probably 1 or 2 years away still from being released fully. It's an amazing amazing game so far. Huh. It might have. Let me see if my... New cheer. Huh. I hope it hasn't bugged. Huh. I have to ask other people if they can actually see the top one or not.
I need to get closer.
Alright, you can see it now, good.
I will coil your souls into darkness.
Good, awesome, guys. Thanks for coming in and everything, guys. Really do appreciate that.
The spirits are mine to command.
Thanks for the cheers, man.
Your oath is unfinished. Too late. My master comes.
Okanai, secure this chamber.
Hey, Devil Dog. How's it going, man?
The barrier protecting Auchindoun is asunder. foul force has penetrated these sacred chambers. Scout ahead while we establish a foothold.
Thank you everyone for joining in and everything. Thank you for all the bits and stuff, guys. It's awesome. Thank you.
To the Legion! This world, all worlds, shall burn! Die, insect! Burn in the Master's fire! Come forth, servants! Burn in the Master's fire! Burn!
Hey North, how's it going, man? Doing good, man. We've been hitting some good numbers today. Got a lot of bits in today so far. I did a little kind of like video overview review. I got a little bit into the alpha of Ashes Creation, and then I kind of discussed Lazy Peon's video, the same video I linked in our Discord and stuff on Ashes Creation and stuff.
Lifetime of healing. Now you shall fuel disease and decay! Wither away!
You did it here. This is not enough to thank you for your actions, but it is what we have to give. Now we can rebuild. We must rebuild. We will never allow our souls to fall to the Legion. You have done more than you know.
Thank you, everyone coming in and everything, guys. Really do appreciate that.
Our world needs us, champion. Fight for our world.
Fearbreaker, though I was honored to have it bestowed upon me, I am relieved that you have come to claim it. I feel I was never able to live up to its legacy. Even Bane thought himself unworthy to wield it.
Nonsense, lad. I wouldn't have given it to you if you didn't deserve it.
No, man. Fearbreaker conquer belongs in the hands of a mountain.
Well met! Back to work!
And what
Oh,
of the countless
it's good to
dead
feel the
of
heft of a
families
hammer
that will
again.
never be whole again? The Caldor
Come,
have been
champion.
loyal to
We've
the
got
Alliance.
work to do.
Are we now left to fend for ourselves? The Wardens are watching.
Velen, please share what happened with our friend.
We must unite against the Legion.
I wish things were different, High Priestess. But with the war raging in both Arathi and Zandalar, an assault on Darkshore would stretch us too thin.
My people need action, not excuses. We will not languish in Stormwind while the Horde defiles our lands.
I vow we will recover Teldrassil before the war is over. But we face dwindling resources and rising casualties. If I can ask your patience for a while longer...
No. We will reclaim our home now.
Tyrande.
We shall have vengeance for the slain, and show Sylvanas that she has not won. And if the Alliance will not aid us, we shall do so alone. Tyrande left for Darkshore ahead of our army. She intends to wrest it from the Horde herself. What is your report?
Champion, our forces in Zuldazar have not yet begun their assault. With your aid, we may be able to succeed on both fronts.
Your aid is welcome here. At least we can count on you. Tyrande's ship was last seen near the Zoran Strand. We will start there.
Anduin, I need a word.
Of course. You know you can always speak your mind.
The Night Elves saved my people from a curse. They offered us refuge in Darnassus after our queen dead. I cannot stand idle as they endure the same fate we did. Gilneas will fight by their side. I don't mean to defy you, but if I didn't give the order, I think Neo would charge off the battle without me.
I understand, Kid. Might be with you.
Hey, Captain. Thank you for the host, man. Always appreciate the hosts, guys.
Was once a place of peace, a place for eternal rest.
Dorian J, man. No worries, man. Thank you for coming in. Doing good. Other thing you missed is I did kind of a blanket review of Etch's Creation because I got into the alpha. So I was going over that. Went over a video of that by Lazy Peon. Now since that's over, we're just kind of chilling on WoW, getting stuff done. Hey, Pizza Dude, thank you for the follow, man.
Leave this place, outsider. It will be your final resting place.
What, we're sitting like at around 30 viewers right now. Awesome, guys. Thank you.
The shadow moon, shine in the darkness, lend me your strength. Yes, the perfect sacrifice.
I'm definitely having that problems.
Your soul will belong to me. The dead shall rise again.
Their soul will not hear us. He hears only darkness now.
Hey Jamie, how's it going, man? Doing good. Again, earlier today when I went over Lazy Peon's video, my thoughts on Ashes of Creation and everything and why I'm supporting it, and also kind of my impressions of its alpha and stuff that I got to play. I will put that up on my YouTube channel and everything like that. I'm about as hyped for Ashes Creation as I was when I first learned about BDO. Does it have clowns? No, North, it does not have clowns. Thank God. I've still been playing MMOs off and on, and this has been probably one of the most hype MMOs that I've had in my sights for a long while.
Yes, come closer. Your souls are strong and proud. I will feast on your terror. None escape the void. Flee! Flee from
Yeah.
the former masters!
Yeah, North, I did post Lazy Peon's video in our Discord and everything. I would greatly check that out. He literally goes over like all the mechanics that are live and have been announced in the game and everything like that. It's amazing breakdown. That's why I went over it today earlier on stream.
You are just maggots swarming to the corpse of a dying god.
Ooh, the classes. I've always been like a big like ranger type like scout player and stuff like that, especially when I was in doing like the guild stuff in Guild Wars and Guild Wars 2, and when I was doing like the Siege PvP stuff and the Node PvP stuff in Black Desert and stuff. So I'll probably stick to that. I'll probably stick to my ranger stuff. I'm also interested in any type of melee class as well. I don't know about Rogue yet. I know I play Rogue in WoW and stuff. I might check that out and see how that plays. But right now my top interest is probably like the Ranger stuff. I might do like the opposite of that, make the Ranger my main. I don't know exactly what combination I want to go. If I want to go like the Scout, or what, but definitely Ranger is the main class. Oh crap. Got hosted again. Thank you for everyone coming in. I've heard the Bard is gonna be an awesome support class, like how they did Bards and stuff in Final Fantasy 14 and stuff, which I think support class in MMOs is an amazing way of looking at that class. Final Fantasy XIV's been an amazing MMO, especially as of the last couple years. But yeah, how Final Fantasy XIV did their Bard class sounds like how Ashes Creation wants to do theirs.
Within me, it seeps from every vein. The Shadow Moon cannot be defeated. We walk in the realm of death itself.
Once again, thank you, everyone coming in. We're sitting at 40 people in here right now, guys. Once again, guys, I do greatly appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Leas. Thank you for liking it on Facebook and everything, guys.
Our victory is not complete until every Horde soldier is purged from Darkshore. Leave none alive.
Hey, man, how's it going? Oh, crafting? Holy hell yeah. How they have like their economic system going, that very much resembles BDO. I will be head deep into that. I may also check out like the bounty hunter system and be part of that. That's kind of what I'm expecting most, especially with the ranger. What are you talking about? Yeah, LB. I can grind anything. Whether it be on a game or on a pole, I'm a grinder. One view. Yep. Any pole, anytime. The Star Wars Galaxies. Yeah, that bounty hunter system. Yeah, I get you there. Yeah, man. Go ahead and grab your snack. I'll be here for a bit. Oh, dude, how's it going, man? Yeah, definitely check it out together. Totally be up for that. Been forever, man. How you doing?
Start the funeral pyres! Terror overwhelms you. Death is near! Let them have it! A death worthy of a warrior!
Yeah, the work from home grind isn't even happening for me. I'm still on unemployment at the moment.
Start the funeral pyres! Terror overwhelms you. Death is near! Let them have it! You will burn. So they breach the gates. Nokkar is dead. We should pick up anchor and set sail for Talador right now.
Hey, North. Welcome back, my friend.
We will do no such thing. If these weaklings are so eager to die, then we should oblige. But sir, this is the last of the Grom that we have. Blackhand will have our hides if we show up empty-handed. Hush. Do not question my authority. This isn't just any Grom. This is Skolak, son of Gruul. The blood of a champion courses through his veins. I'm not concerned with these paltry whelps. Yes, sir.
For a few hours.
Maybe I underestimated them. Zogosh, prepare Skolak. Let them have a taste of what he has to offer. Igniting the cannon, sir!
Yep, I hear there, man.
You dare contest my power? Our blood surges with energy.
I'm calling in the bomb squad.
You will burn.
You better step back. I'm calling in the bomb squad.
You will burn.
You better step back. I'm calling in the bomb squad.
You dare contest my power? Our blood surges with energy. You will burn.
You better step back. I'm calling in the bomb squad.
You will burn.
You better step back. I'm calling in the bomb squad.
No! None shall possess my potency. You will burn.
Yeah, I hear you there. I didn't play much Shaman and everything, but I know a couple friends who did, and yep, that was definitely a thing. Hey Jay, thanks for saying you're still here, man. Do appreciate it.
You will burn. This is far from over. Half of our army's been taken out. Don't you think we should? That was an insignificant loss. Let them exhaust themselves praying against our weak, against those who are unworthy of serving in Blackhand's army. Blood and honor, Zogash. That is all that orcs understand. Ah, good thinking, sir. That is what I do, Zogash. I think good.
Oh, dude, man, the editing grind is real. I haven't had to do it in a while since the past 2 or 3 weeks. We haven't been able to do the tabletop stuff just because of COVID stuff, just kind of getting in the middle of everything.
Captain, they're almost here. What do we do now? I'm not playing these games anymore. Bring in the saber on and we'll be done with it. Are you sure you want to let that thing out of its cage? I don't think we've fed it since we found it. Put a muzzle on it. Good idea, sir. I didn't mean the cat.
We'll get our online sessions back going. So far, since our DM has had his surgery and everything, we should be good for this Friday. Again, should be good for this Friday. The wedding DJ thing went fine last.
How
last weekend and everything. That reception was pretty packed, and I was about the only one wearing a mask. So there's that.
Man the machine turret. Aye, aye, sir.
The only sad thing about it was about doing about a country playlist basically the whole night. It's one of the things I hate about doing weddings here in the Midwest. It's even if they say, hey, we like a variety of stuff, we like some country, like some rock, and we want some hip hop and shit. As soon as you start playing anything other than country, they gripe and complain. If you want just country, tell me so that I can prepare myself for it. And
Koramor, no! I will avenge you!
yep. Yes, it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind playing country and stuff. It's just that if you want just country, there's nothing I can mix. There's like very few things I can mix with that. So at that point, I become a iPod playlist of country at that point, which just isn't any fun for me as a DJ. Of course, when it comes to people like that, they don't care about that. Good job, guys. We're up like the 54 viewers up here right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. The thing you gotta think of is that for open dance floor, I'm working with like having to fit in 3 hours of music in there, and there's only so much like YMCA stuff that you can play. I'm trying to stay awake, man. At least for a little bit longer. Awesome, man. Definitely deserved that 2 weeks off and shit. I just get to hope and pray on unemployment at the moment. Right now I'm looking at my last week of the extra bonus and then going back to hopefully still qualifying for regular employment. I think the cutoff for that, for me qualifying for it, since I'm technically self-employed, self-contracted, is like November. But we'll see if they keep that up. Supposedly there's some type of other relief package in the works in the Senate, I guess, but I have no confidence that that'll actually go through. I mean, technically I had no confidence that the first one would go through. So we'll see what happens. As I have been constantly actually turning in my work searches and stuff, actually trying to find something.
Run a ship, or at least what is left of it. The Wardens are watching.
She must have destroyed it so she would not be followed.
Illuminadore, until next
Dorotho
time.
will accompany you. We are not alone out here.
The rest of you stand guard. Move no further until...
Thank you for the follow, Ja323. Yeah, Ja323. Thank you for the follow. Really do appreciate that. By the way, thank you everyone who's done the bits and everything today. Really do appreciate that as well. Thank you, Casey, man. Thank you for those 4 bits. Want it to be a round number. Thank you for the follow, man. Really do appreciate that. It's alright, man.
That tone. Could it be? Is there danger, warrior? Stay sharp. The sentinels stand ready. Goddess, watch over you.
Oh, hey, Jay. Look at the following. That's so funny. Yeah, man. It's been awesome these past few days.
Stay sharp. The ritual will kill her. Depart for Dark Shore immediately. Hero, with me, there is little time. What ritual do you speak of, Maya? Who is the Night Warrior? She is the incarnation of Ignorance wrath. Even witnessing the ritual to become her would put our lives at risk. And the only life Tyrande wishes to risk is her own. Elune watch over her. Alone? Was she watching over us as Teldrassil burned? We must not lose faith in the goddess.
Got killed one time by Danny. Got married by Danny.
While the rest of us head inland.
Glad you guys are enjoying the Escape from Tarkov and stuff. Sorry I haven't been in Discord for a long while.
Elune be with you, sister. Tyrande seeks the eye of Elune. It was last kept here, in Aberdeen.
What happened to them?
They tried to stop her.
This was once a place of joy and laughter. Now, only silence and death remain. This way. I was stationed here many moons ago.
Look out! Keep moving. More of them are sure to follow.
Cab took my gear.
Light thrower. The Eye of Illumin must be in the Hunter's Hall. Push forward.
Let us hope Taronda is still there.
We are too late.
Ah, but you're just in time. The Banshee Queen has a keen interest in your heads, Night Elves. Make it quick. I have a forest to blight.
I'm bad you were to see a teddy turns around. Bam! Oh, that is hilarious. Not saying that happens a lot, but that's very Danny.
Blight it.
Stand back. You'll die. Ashal Thuridas.
Your strength has grown, sister.
Vengeance is a powerful weapon.
Do you hear that? Survivors!
Alright, here we go.
You got a bad juju heading your way.
Ashala, where is Tyrande? Loved you, yet you watched, distant and aloof, as they died in torment. I served you for millennia, but tonight I do not come as a maiden, mother, or even priestess. Now, I will serve you only if you grant me justice. The Horde approaches. Be ready.
Oh yeah, here we are.
Movement to the north! Show them no mercy! Ritual nears completion. Champion, unleash the Eye of Elune. Inashul da Elune! Kulera Shul! Kulera Sin! Ashrok Ilisar! Anodorini Ashka! With ancient words, I invoke your most ruthless faith. With this offering, I demand to wear your darkest face. Elune, make me the instrument of your vengeance! Now we shall have justice. The Night Warrior lives within me. The Horde shall tremble as our darkness.
Gotta love that eyeshadow.
I speak for my people. Mayan, Shandis, prepare our forces for war. Champion, with me. Nathana's blight core lurks nearby, with two of the Banshee Queen's Valkyrie. We will kill them all. Teldrassil burned as I chose to spare Sarthan's life. Countless innocents were murdered. Entire families erased in moments. The time for mercy is over. Anu Dora! He is not here.
Your tree was just the beginning. This entire shore will fuel our armies.
I failed to protect my people, but I will avenge them. Hold.
And they continue it on in Shadowlands.
You have won nothing.
The earth itself will swallow you whole. Let us strike as one.
No. Wait for my signal before you attack. There he is. We are the children. Where is he?
Now that we have the preliminaries out of the way, we can begin the ritual.
Light caller!
Well, this isn't convenient. Protect the Valkyria!
You will not see our sunrise, monster.
How uncouth for the Queen of the Trios, is it? No, suppose that might be. What exactly do you rule over these days?
I am no queen. I am the Kaldora's vengeance.
Enough! Any last words, priestess? Soon you will share the fate of your dear friend Sira and the noble Bellari.
Shal Tara!
You cannot hide from it forever, elf.
We do not stand alone. No!
What?
Your end has come.
Champion, focus on the Valkyrie. I will deal with this.
nothing. Raise them!
Rise. In the name of Sylvanas, the Banshee Queen, I bestow this gift upon you. You must fight the shadow in your hearts, sisters.
We placed our faith in you. And you abandoned us. Balloon abandoned us. We have nothing left. We are forsaken.
Never again! Ashtoribas!
No! Dark Lady. I am...
Wait! You shall pay dearly for that. Let's move!
I will hunt them down.
No, our forces gather. We will settle this another day.
Taronga! What happened?
Lightcore yet lives, but at the cost of one of his queen's vanquished. The time has come to reclaim our home. Maya, you will command our forces.
You place much faith in me, given our history.
We cannot dwell in the past, not with our very future at stake. Lead our people to victory, as I sate the Night Warrior's wrath.
Wait, where is Sira? She is not with you.
Sheila, Maya, I must speak to you alone. Hero, we fought but a fraction of the Horde's forces. I will share Dorotha's vision with you, so we may scout them further.
I never miss a shot.
On your mark.
Rona Kypris. Fight well, traveler.
Well met. Go with honor, friend.
Alright guys, given the rest of the day today, I gotta go ahead and cut off. We're gonna go ahead and host up one of my friends up here in just a few short seconds. But I wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys just for a couple seconds here. Just a second. So thanks for everyone for coming over today. Thanks for coming in and being a part of the looking over Ashley's creation and stuff that we did earlier this morning. I I will probably take that bit that I did and post it up on my YouTube and everything like that. All those links and stuff I will go ahead and shout out now to you guys, to both my Twitter and my YouTube page. North, thanks for coming, man. I'm glad whenever you're able to actually hang out and everything. I will definitely talk to you later, and I'll be on Discord probably later tonight and stuff. Next couple days, I will have a overhaul of the stream layout and everything. Oh yeah, definitely, I'm pumped. And here in the next couple days, I will have the follower raffle for the 200 followers done, and I will be contacting the winner on what gift card they want $40 out of. Right now we're at 4 subscribers. I will post up and announce next stream the next kind of giveaway that I want to do for subscribers. Thanks, Roy. Thank you for the bits, man. And I'll probably make that one a bit better. Make it more of a long-term type goal, especially for subscriber count. So be prepared for that. I'll probably announce that sometime on Friday on that stream and stuff like that. You guys have a wonderful day, and be sure to stay tuned as we go ahead and host up. Wait just a second here, and let me host the next guy up here. Everyone, please go check out Jab and everything. And I will be sure and catch you guys here later.